I've always been a power fisherman, and I love crankbaits because they're so efficient at hitting a lot of different depth zones, but they're also super efficient in a lot of cover. So growing up in Michigan, where we have a lot of lakes with vegetation, I learned early on the power of cranking grass. There's one. You get wind like this, and for early in the morning, these fish should be aggressive. It's hard to beat a crankbait for just being efficient, covering water and being able to work a grass line. That's good, it's just solid fish right there. But a lot of people struggle when they're fishing grass with a crankbait. You know, they cast it out there and they just get that bait just wadded up and balled up in the grass and just have a lot of wasted casts. So the key to cranking grass is all about having the right equipment, having your boat positioned properly so you can be efficient on that edge of that grass line. Basically what you're doing is you're just trying to feel your way along that and just crawl that bait through the grass. So I'll reel it down till I hit the grass and just kind of stop it. And if it's a fish, and sometimes it's a real subtle bite, you'll just feel them pull and you can set the hook. If it's not, I'm gonna either try to let it float a second, or I'm just gonna really give it a hard snap like that to clear it. And as many times as you have to, but then you can feel that bait just come back through, and there's one. Not all grass lines are suited for cranking grass. If it's a wall and it's grown right to the surface, that's really hard. What I need is either a scattered grass or a tapering edge. That's really what I'm looking for. When I see that on my graph, I know that a crankbait is going to be a good choice. Just like that, dude. That one, I snapped it out of the grass, and it's a good one. Look at here. Good solid one right there. That's what you got to do. You know, this is not a scenario here at all for light line. You know, when you're cranking grass like this, let him go. When you're cranking grass like this, you need, a powerful rod and line, and that's what I love about this system. You know, this is the CC5. It's a 7.4 heavy action. It's got a, soft tip, but it's got a lot of backbone to it. You know, it's a good blend of graphite and glass, so I can really feel everything that crankbait's doing. I've got it rigged, this one, with 20-pound line right here. So, I'm not fishing deep. I'm fishing basically that 4 to 8 foot zone, and it just gives me a ton of power. There's not a lot of stretch in that fluorocarbon, and it gives me a ton of power. So most of the time when I'm cranking grass, I like, 17, I'll go down to 14. It's all about depth control. I'm gonna choose the right bait, the right line size to get that bait where it's hitting that outer grass, that outer edge of that grass. So one of the huge keys in cranking grass is having the right bait for the grass edge, for the depth of the grass edge that you're trying to fish. So often in a lot of the natural lakes, it's gonna be that 6 to 12 foot zone, and that's where these mid-range size crankbaits like this Strike King Series 4 really come in handy. When I'm cranking grass, I really like a 6:2 to 1 ratio. Having that extra power and a little bit slower reel just gives me tremendous feel. You can use a faster reel, but I just find that it gives me a lot better control of the bait, when I'm fishing it in the grass. When I'm in the grass, I'm really slowing that bait down. When I'm out in the open, that's when I'm gonna be fishing it a little bit faster. So, it's all about matching the exact scenario for that given day, but having a good cranking outfit for cranking grass makes all the difference in the world. Cranking grass can be a little bit of extra work. You got to work hard to keep that bait free, but man, it is so efficient. You can cover a ton of water. You can find the areas that the fish are hanging in, and it really makes them bite. When that bait comes out of the grass, they can't help but bite it.